These are normal concepts that may not require further explanation. Honesty is required essentially in all normal social relations, at the micro level and at the macro level. There is no social relations that does not promote honesty and integrity, and that does not promote transparency, that does not promote accountability. And of course, when it comes to professionalism within formal organization, the issue of confidentiality is also very important. Confidentiality to the extent that you are supposed to be, capable of keeping classified information, not letting out what you are not supposed to let out, not letting out information that will hurt the system or the organization that is within your custody. Of course, most formal organizations will make you sign some formal undertaking to indicate that as long as you are within that organization, every matter that should be confidential must remain confidential. Of course, respect is a key component between superiors and their subordinates. And of course, I must add here that more often than not, sustainable respect is that one that is earned. Any respect that is forced down the throat of subordinates is usually not sustainable. So respect is a key component, and of course, obedience to the law. There are rules and regulations guiding virtually every social relation in this world. They are even more codified when it comes to formal organization. And in this case, within our university system, these rules are clearly stated. And of course, it is generally expected that we must obey the spirit and the letters of the rules and regulations guiding our profession. Now, let me quickly also look at, because my time is running and I'm conscious of the fact that I don't have much time to spend, the barriers to professional ethics. I'm using the academia, the university system as an example. The following have been identified as barriers to professional ethics. One of them I have identified is insufficient knowledge of ethical standards. When your knowledge of the ethical standards of your profession is incomplete, there is a tendency for your ethical conduct to be questionable because you don't have adequate knowledge of the ethics of your profession. The second one could be unnecessary financial inducement, which of course can compromise your integrity. And another obstacle is perfectionism. Trying to believe that everything must be perfect, which is not possible. And when you have that, phobia for that paranoia for perfectionism, it becomes a problem, a barrier to professionalism. Extreme altruistic needs is also a strong barrier when the group
demands on you as a professional is so much. The pressure to conform, the extreme pressure to conform to the ethics of a profession. When it gets too much, it becomes counterproductive and it becomes an obstacle. Of course, I need to add that personal and professional immaturity is another problem, is a barrier to professional ethics. And when we have values that are not very clear, blurred values that are not too clear, values that are ambiguous, that is also a major factor. And we have the barrier of biases. Of course, when you become subjective to your own cognitive bias within you, that's a major barrier. We also have the case of rationalization of unethical conduct. Justifying wrong behavior, and rationalizing it as being correct is a barrier. And self-defeatism within the system. When you already see yourself having an issue that you are a failure, you can't do better than what you are doing, that's a major problem, the major barrier as a professional. And then another one is the limited scope of ethical code. When the codes are limited, they are not comprehensive enough for a good and workable understanding. It becomes a barrier. And then I also, as part of my concluding, part, to revisit what I refer to as organizational power game. As professors, as faculty members in our different colleges and universities, I want to remind all of us that we are living witnesses of the perennial power game taking place in our different universities. Whether you're in Nigeria, whether you're in Europe, whether you're in the United States, whether you're in China or India, this power game is there. The system operates almost like that of the strong and the weak. Just like realizing when creative thinking that the strong nations of the world within academia, we see this thing the time. Understand? Hello, are you hearing me? Hello? Hello?
Yes, Professor, we can hear you.
So, as within our university system, whether in India, whether in Africa, whether in the United States, anywhere in the world, we are constantly being faced, with organizational power game. The same scenario that plays out at the macro level plays out at the micro level. And more often than not, we realize that the enforcement of professional ethics by the strong is usually a tool of oppression and suppression. More often than not. That is not to say, however, that it is not advisable for faculty members to abide by their professionalism. But I have found out that more often than not, within the ambit of the organizational power game, the strong may want to use that strengths that they have under the umbrella of professional and organizational ethics to subjugate the weak, thereby causing a lot of tension within the system. Therefore, I submit that when we are training our faculty members to live by example, to be dynamic, to make teaching and learning effective, to move from teacher-oriented pedagogy to student-oriented pedagogy as presented by the first speaker, to making sure that the system captures the reality of modern society, we must also realize and take care of the divisive nature and the oppressive nature of the power game within the university system. And in my concluding thought, I stated it this way, that we must recognize and accept that creativity is relative, and it's shaped by a galaxy of factors. It is a major support to professionalism, and that professional ethical standards must be lived, not merely legislated. If we must sustain it, we must live it. It is not something that will just make rules and regulations around it. As humans and global citizens, we must try to express our humanity always in our network of relationships and act consistently in ways to respect the dignity of the human race, irrespective of class, race, religion, gender, and other socioeconomic divisions. It is only through this way that the human dignity is restored, creativity is sustained, and pragmatic professional ethics is guaranteed. Thank you for your kind attention, and God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. That was a very detailed highlighting on the popular model of creative thinking and the major obstacles emphasizing on where we lack self-direction and direction from others. And also interestingly, highlighting on the harmonization of creative interest among the developing nations and what are the required skills for creative thinking and professionalism, and also giving importance on the professional ethics. That was a detailed insight on creative thinking. Thank you so much, Professor. We take on, as we have running short of time, so we take on one question from the chat box, and we can also ask the resource persons to, if they have anything thereby to ask, they can unmute and ask. We have one question I'm posing you, Professor. Hema Ravi, AI and digitalism, do they curb creative thinking? If yes, how?
I didn't get that.
You didn't get that. AI, artificial intelligence, and digitalization.
Yes.
Okay. Now, are these two going to curb the creative thinking? Are they going to stop us thinking creatively? If you feel yes, then how?
Well, obviously, the emergence of artificial intelligence, it's going to cause a major obstacle to creative thinking, just like you rightly pointed out. The reason it's simple. Let me put it this way. You see, in the quest for mankind to dominate the socio-economic environment, the space as it were, we have succeeded in igniting what I would refer to as a wild bushfire and that led, to advancement into science, engineering, technology, STEM as we have it, or whatever you call it. And today, we are at a crossroad. The fire has been ignited, and it is now obvious to mankind that the quest for knowledge is now unstoppable. It is within this realm that we have we have come to the realization that artificial intelligence has emerged to begin to think for man. Artificial intelligence is a creation of man that will now begin to think for man. When that happens, as it is happening right now, you will notice that the humanity in creative intelligence is completely lost. You will agree with me that the much noise about the 5G, which the entire world is racing towards, is to ensure that artificial intelligence takes over most of the activities of man. And of course, you know that this is going to cause a lot of social upheaval, in contemporary society. Of course, people have been analyzing the possible consequences of artificial intelligence in terms of loss of jobs, in terms of, new conflict within nations and between nations. But now, what we are going to lose that will be irreparable is when the activities of AI replaces the humanity of man. At that point, you will discover that we will be racing towards a knowledge without humanity. And of course, you know that it's going to be a very dangerous one. And we're already there yet. We're almost there, rather.
Thank you, Professor. I think Hema Ravi, the resource person, has answered your question. There is one question to Dr. V.K. Prasad, sir. There's one question for you, sir. If you're there, I shall post the question to you. Dear sir, kindly say your opinion about scrapping of MPhil and what's the relevance of MPhil in academia. The opinion about scraping of MPhil, why was it done? Now, what's the relevance of this MPhil in academia? Sir, please.
Right. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right. I have done the MPhil myself. Now, so the scrapping of MPhil, to me personally, doesn't sound to be a very logical step. But changes have to take place. Certain changes are felt to be good by some people. Certain changes are not felt to be so good. That's a part of the process. But MPhil, to my mind, is a very good forerunner as far as undertaking the PhD course is concerned. It prepares the guy to develop that sense of research. Now, without that, telling a guy to jump right into the PhD program, I think probably it's a little too much. My personal opinion is MPhil should have been there. Scrapping it, to my mind, is not a very good step. I have lots of other opinions as far as NAP is concerned. I have aired my opinions in a communication to the HRD minister last year, and we had lots of roundtables. And having worked on a particular theme called, the HRM in education sector, my thesis is based on that. Unfortunately, that's very silent. I did project it at number of fora, and I also wrote to the HRD ministers, consecutive HRD ministers in the last 5-6 years, because I am working on it for the last 15 years, and to every HRD minister, I kept on insisting upon this, but it has not been accepted. So is the case with. But I agree, as an academic, MPhil should have been there. It should have been there. That's my personal opinion, right? Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. We would like, because many of us have done MPhil, so we would like to have that as you said, as the initial stage to get into PhD. Thank you, sir.
It prepares a person. It prepares a person. He gets
Especially the research.
he gets to mentally tune to it. Suddenly you tell this guy to get into a PhD. For the first couple of years or 3 years, he cannot find his bearings. It happened with me though, even after doing MPhil. It happened with me. So I slogged it out for about 5 years, day and night while working. And as the dean of a business school, as the director of a business school, I was working and working day and night, but I did not leave it. And I got it. And I'm very happy to state to inform you people that based on my research, I developed 2 books. One for the management institution, the other one for engineering colleges. I feel happy at the end of the day that I did take up that particular research, despite all the problems that I was encountering as almost a senior citizen, mind you. And I'm very happy to have developed those 2 books for engineering colleges as well as for management institutions. Yes, I agree with you. MPhil should be there. Hopefully, things may change. Let's see. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. Any other questions from the resource people or the audience? Because we'll move on to the next session, the vote of thanks. If no questions, a great thank and a big thank to our speaker, Daniel Ente. So kind of you, like you really took up the session from the colonialization and till the end of COVID. And that was a great thing, sir. Thank you so much for giving such a detailed insight. Thank you.
Thank you
So
very
moving
much.
on, thank you, sir. Moving on to the vote of thanks. Swami Sukhdevanand Postgraduate College is a leading educational institution of higher learning. Radhika ma'am, mention the name of the person to mute.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Whoever is there, please. We have come to the end of the section.
Okay. Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Now, I would like to thank to Uma ma'am for giving me the chance for the vote of thanks.
Oh no, I have.
Respected and distinguished chief guest of today's program, Dr. V.R.K. Prasad, sir, Chancellor, ICFA University, Meghalaya. Respected resource person and speaker of today's program, Professor Nang Pauji Daniel, Professor and Head, Department of Intelligence and Security Studies, Novena University, Nigeria. Respected Dr. Raghunathan, sir, Principal, Guru Nanak College in Chennai, and Head of Department, Faculty of Commerce, Dr. Anurag Agarwal, sir, and other honorable professors and guests, and dear participants. It is a matter of great honor to propose the vote of thanks to all of them, making this FDP very resounding success. First of all, I would like to give the hearty thanks to our chief guest, Dr. V.R.S. Prasad, sir, for gracing today's program. Thank you so much, sir, for making these sessions very thought-provoking and interesting. I would like to thank our distinguished speaker, Professor Daniel, sir, for an excellent presentation and making this FDP a very meaningful and interesting. I would like to express a deep gratitude to Dr. Raghunathan, sir, and Dr. Anurag Agarwal, sir, for their guidance and moral support. I would also like to thank Dr. Uma Devi and Ms. Pillai ma'am for their support for making this FDP a great success. At last but not the least, I would like to thank all the participants across the globe for making these presentations successful and participating in this FDP program. I would also like to thank Dr. Saad sir and all of the professors, eminent guests, and the participants for making this program a successful event. Once again, a thank you for your cordial cooperation. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. That was Dr. Abhijit Mishra ji, Assistant Professor from the Faculty of Commerce and Research from SSPG College, who had proposed the vote of thanks. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. A big thanks to all the participants who have been there in this wonderful inaugural session, and hope we are going to continue the same for the next few week-long sessions. So hope to see you back again tomorrow at 3 o'clock. Thank you all. Thank you, Shad sir. Thank you, Daniel sir. Thank you,
Ma'am,
Maya.
just for a couple of seconds, I want a time.
Yes, sir.
I would also like to thank you, Mario sir. Sorry for not taking your name. I forget that. I'm extremely sorry for that. Thank you so much, sir, for sparing a valuable time with us, to listening our guests and participating with us. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Thank you. He's from Switzerland, basically.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome and thank you, sir.
Okay.
Prasad sir is trying to say something, I think. Sir, kindly unmute and say, sir.
Prasad sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Please, sir.
I just wanted to say thank you all. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Shad sir.
Thanks a lot. I would like all those who are listening to kindly introduce themselves so that I get to know from which college and which place you are all from.
Yeah.
We have Anurag sir. Please, Anurag sir, could you introduce yourself?
Kindly. I mean, if it is not a big bother, I'm not delaying you people.
Myself, Dr. Anurag Agrawal, Associate Professor and Activity Department of Commerce, Swami Shukdevanand PG College, Shahjahanpur, UP.
Okay.
Very nice. We have Dr. Vineet Kumar. Dr. Vineet Kumar, please, sir. Unmute yourself and please introduce.
Thank you so much, all of you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Shad bhai. Thank you, Anurag sir. Thank you, V.R.K. Prasad sir. Thank you, Daniel sir. And thank you, Uma ma'am, Radhika ma'am, and Maya. Thank
Sir,
you.
you're from which college, sir? Sir, you are from which college?
I am MSKS Degree College here, Uttar Pradesh.
Okay, that's very nice of
He
you,
is
sir.
principal of the college, actually.
Oh, okay. Namaste, sir. Principal, sir. Namaste. We have next
Hello,
one.
everyone.
Yeah.
This is Shad Ahmed Khan. I'm working in College of Business in University of Buremi in Sultanate of Oman. And right now I'm taking care of staff professional development, affiliation and linkages. And one of my friends, Dr. Mohammad Jahangir Ali, is also here. I will request him to introduce himself. He is Associate Dean in Buremi University College in Sultanate of Oman. So he's also there right now.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
We have, Yes, sir. Please, sir. Deliver Hope, if I'm right to pronounce it.
Good afternoon. This is
Thank you very much,
Dr. from
Thank you very much, Dr. Shad Khan and organizers. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Can we hear from Mario, if I'm right to pronounce? Mario, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm Dr. Dilbar Haq from Raj City.
Okay, sir.
Mario sir can unmute and speak.
He's just
Dr.
waiting.
Mario, you have to unmute yourself.
It was an informative.
He's not.
Yeah,
Okay.
can you hear?
We have Mohammad Jahangir Ali, sir.
Mama,
please. Yes.
Mama, sorry.
Yes,
to
yes.
interrupt. Mario sir is trying to. Sir, kindly unmute and
Thank
say
you very,
what-
thank you very much, Dr. Uma Devi. I am from Sultanate Oman. I am
Okay,
an
sir.
associate dean from the Buremi University College, Buremi. So Dr. Shad Khan is my neighbor. So he's working in the University of Buremi in the business
Very nice.
department.
Right. Very
So
nice.
I am
very
also
nice.
working in the business department. Thank you very much, those organizers, everybody, those who are working very hard. Thank you very much on this session. Thank you once again.
Most welcome, sir. Thank you, sir. Can we have Ritika, Madam Ritika Shrestha? Ritika, if I'm right. Ritika.
Namaste, everyone.
Namaste, madam.
Namaste. I'm from Nepal and I work in Chakrabarti Habi Education Academy. This is a nursing college and I'm working here as a nurse. And I really want to thank all of the delegates who organized the program. That was so beneficial and knowledgeable. Thank you so much.
Thank you, madam. Can we have Devaki? Madam Devaki? Madam.
We also have Dr. Ferdinand Eppo.
Yes, sir, Mario, sir. Yes, sir.
Hi, I was having trouble unmuting myself, but I managed to find out the right button to do it. Anyway, thanks ever so much for inviting me, and it was a nice, very interesting session, and I look forward to join tomorrow and all the other days till the end on the 11th, I believe, which I will have the chance to make a small talk about the topic of this session, which is creative thinking and professional ethics. So till then, I will be participating as a kind spectator to see what's being said. So thank you again, and I wish you a very good continuation of this wonderful session. Till then,
thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. We have Madam Ratna. Oh, she left it. Okay, we have Veera Ragavalu. Mr. Veera Ragavalu.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Please, sir.
I'm Veera Ragavalu from Hyderabad. I have been working in MLR Institute of Technology. Really, it is a wonderful session, ma'am. Really, I feel happy. I will continue for all the questions till the end. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Anumat Chimaria.
Hello.
Yes, madam. Yes, madam. Please. Yes, madam.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Anuma from Nepal, and I work as a senior lecturer at Chakrabarti Habi Academy. And like Ritika, I'm also a profession, and this session was very interesting, and to know about the differences between the developing countries and the developed countries, and those fear and certain kind of things that were very interesting and informative for me. Thank you so much, and we will continue to push.
Yes, madam. Please join us for the rest of the session. Thank you, madam.
Yes, sure. Thank you, ma'am.
We have Ajay Verma, Professor Ajay Verma, Mr. Ajay Verma, Dr. Ajay Verma. Over it is. Ajay Verma. Sumanta, madam, this is Sumanta. It's a male, female. Okay. Sumanta Kumar. Yeah, Sumanta Kumar. Doctor, Mr. Anyone else who would like to introduce? You can do so, please.
Can you unmute and introduce yourself? You would like to listen?
Can I?
Yes, sir.
Hello. It's Mario again.
Yes, sir.
I just want to say that my name is Dr. Mario Boris Curatolo. I'm the CEO of my own firm called MBC, Management Business Consultants. And what we do is that we do technical training for executive CEOs and entrepreneurs. And basically, we operate from Switzerland, and the object of our work is very much in symphony with the topic of this session, in which we seek to complement technical knowledge with ethical and moral concepts, which act as a guide for our executives and CEOs in their decision-taking process. Okay, thanks ever so much, and that's it for me. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Super.
Madam Sonila. Madam, please. You can unmute yourself.
Yeah. Hello everyone. Namaste. Namaste. I'm Sonika Sakir from Nepal. Basically, I'm campus chief for Purvanchal University School of Management. First of all, I would like to thank from the very bottom of the heart that we are given an opportunity to participate in this session. The session was definitely very fruitful and very meaningful, and definitely it is lots of information for the MPhil scholars. So definitely it is very interesting session, ma'am and sir. All the speakers and the organization, thank you from the bottom of the heart. Thank you very much.
Thank you, madam. Thank you so much.
Madam, can I ask something? Madam?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Dr. Dilwar has.
Yes, sir.
I'm Dr. Dilwar Has. I teach economics in the Department of Economics, Royal Global University. Madam, I have registered. Today I attended both the sessions, but I didn't get details, the duration and the beginning, the time, at what time it exactly, because I didn't receive anything after the registration.
Oh,
so can you?
Yes, sir. Please, we will see to it that my mom is not received.
Pardon, ma'am?
Madam,
Can we wind up? Dr. Agarwal, I think I'm stretching it a little too much. We can continue the next 7 days.
Yes, sir.
We can continue. I think just wanted to let you know some people. So, I think I'm giving you a lot of extra time. Dr. Agarwal, thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Welcome, sir.
A very nice event, and hopefully we continue to interact like this in future events too. Thank you very much.
Of course, sir.
Thank you, sir, for your presence. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Can you tell me the time, at what time the program starts exactly?
3 o'clock. It's exactly at 3 o'clock, sir.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
So, hope to listen to you again.
Thank you. என்னென்ன அந்த தில்வர் சாரா யார் ஃபீட்பேக் நம்ம பண்ணவே இல்லை.